Solipsistic. Ignore that. The afterlife of enlightenment. I know from my own personal experience after achieving enlightenment, I was rather confused. I thought I was dead. I thought I was immortal. I thought I was God. I thought I was the center of the universe. I thought a lot of things, and all of them were true. Philosophically speaking, anything that you choose to believe about yourself or anything that relates to yourself, which is everything, since you cannot know anything outside of your own perception, not to get too complicated, is true. If you want to believe that you are the center of the universe, your mind will make it so. If you want to believe that you are the king of the world, your mind will work to make that the truth. It has nothing to do with reality. It has everything to do with perception. So, with that being said, this is where the fun begins. Every man and woman on this planet has the ability to believe that they are the king or queen of the world. The only question left to ask is, how big is your world? Is it 50 miles or 50,000 in circumference? How many people inhabit your world? 20 or 200? Each individual controls how large they want their kingdom to be. It's either that perspective or the other one, both encompassing the experience of what it means to be enlightened. The wanderer, the nothing, the no one. The individual who knows his true self is something eternal, that it is directly connected to the universe. The wanderer does not have a kingdom. He is a tumbleweed, a feather, floating from one experience to the next, not knowing where his life will take him next. He survives on instinct alone. He eats when he is hungry. He sleeps when he is tired. And he wanders endlessly, never wondering what's around the next corner. The nomad. A style of living an individual has the option of adopting after receiving enlightenment. I personally wasn't for it. I knew it in the very depths of my soul that I was not meant to be a wanderer. So I chose the king of the world lifestyle instead. And it goes back to the question, how big is your world? How big do you want it to be? If you decide to set yourself on a never-ceasing journey of self-understanding and mastery, your world could quite literally be immeasurable. It is entirely up to you. One of my favorite quotes from Albert Einstein, which I find is becoming more and more common as time progresses, everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. How big do you want your world to be? Enlightenment is the goal for those who are not enlightened. For those that are, your only goal should be creating your world and making it as large as the one inside your head, to see your thoughts, dreams, and desires appear in reality. Other philosophies have preached in the past that it is wrong to want, that want is at the core of ill feeling, that nirvana can only be achieved through lack of wanting. I would like to take this time to add another layer onto such an understanding. The wanting of material things is what lies at the core of ill feeling. To want self-betterment and mastery is pure. To want to improve upon pre-existing notions, concepts, and ideas is pure. To want to discover and explore is pure. To want to create is the purest expression of the human spirit in all the universe. Think it, speak it, do it. Let go of all concern. Let go of right and wrong. Let go of your subconscious beliefs that prevent you from living up to your full potential. You are not evil for wanting to succeed. You are not a sinner. You are a creator. You are a human being. And it is your right, as such, to move through this world with intention and focus, determination and desire. Think it, speak it, do it. We live in a giving and then receiving universe. Exert yourself in any way, shape, or form, and you will be rewarded for your exertion. That reward will come in the form of numerous artifacts that sometimes we fail to recognize throughout the day. Money is just one of these representable artifacts. However, if you choose to pay attention, you will find after a really exhausting day just how many things will come to you at the end of it. Take note next time you exert yourself. A giving and then receiving universe. Stop thinking about the tasks that you do not want to perform. Stop dragging your feet to work and cursing every minute that you are there. Instead, try exhausting yourself. Try putting in as much effort towards the task in front of you as it takes to complete it in an above satisfactory manner. And then, just see how you are rewarded. And I promise you, you will always be rewarded for your efforts. All you have to do is pay attention. Right now would be a really good time to quote Sisyphus. As above, so below. The story of Sisyphus, for those who don't know, is the story of a man doomed to an eternity of torture. Greek mythology. Sisyphus, a mere mortal, deceives a god and for punishment is sentenced to push a giant boulder up a very steep mountain. When he reaches the summit of this mountain, it rolls back down again. What makes this story so relevant, even after all this time, is how Sisyphus decides to accept the punishment. Instead of choosing to dread the rest of eternity, he chose to convince himself that he enjoyed pushing the boulder. That simple decision to change his perspective on the predicament ultimately ended the experience of torture and morphed it into an experience closer resembling pleasure. As above, so below. We have been programmed to believe that life is hard. That whenever an individual wants to achieve, they are met with nothing but obstacles and roadblocks. That we are not here to help each other. That when you are achieving, the people that approach you in life appear only to take what you have worked so gosh damn hard to gain. That you have no true friends, and the friends that you do trust must be trusted only as far as you can throw them. So many beliefs, all negative. And so you will have a negative perception on life. Which is why I propose that instead of believing in all the tropes and mores and philosophies of our grandfathers, we believe in the universal truth and operate with that in the forefront of our minds at all times. And that truth is, life, the universe, the world, and you are all made up of nothing but energy. My advice to you is to challenge yourself. See just what happens when you take the energy within you and expend it out into the world. See how quickly it replenishes, and it will always replenish. See how much easier it gets. See how, as each day passes with this new understanding, how you gain more and more energy to achieve greater and larger tasks. And now we are building together. Now we are creating together. Just try it. See what it feels like to be so tired after a hard day's work that your sleep feels like one of the most rewarding experiences life has to offer. And you will know that you earned it. And you will feel proud of that fact. Energy, my friends. Exert your energy and be rewarded. Forget everything else. More to follow on the Apex Frequency.